Maybe she has ointment, we don't know. Lynn Emmons.
Yeah!
Oh yeah, no, this is not gonna work.
You want me to hold it?
Good, thank you. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Folks and friends and family, hello. Hello, people in the bar who are not listening to us. Come on! I just want to clarify something. I am not 12. I know that it's difficult to believe, and it's a common misconception. Last week, I had to change my phone number. I kept getting calls from Roman Polanski. Is that weird? Thank God they caught that Jared bastard, huh? When I came in, I was offered the children's menu. I'm old enough to buy alcohol. I took the crayons, though. Don't judge me. My autobiography is not going to be a book. It's going to be a short story. It's going to be called... Damn it! Hey, can you get that? You guys a couple?
He's my son.
Oh, he's your son? Get out of here. You look young. That's awesome. Give her a hand.
Yeah!
Go ahead. Greg, you brought your lovely wife. How long have you guys been together?
32 years.
That's amazing. Give them a hand too. God bless her, right? Remember all that stuff you learned about each other? You know, you get married, you first move in together, all that stuff you learned when you first move in? Because you don't really know somebody until you live together, right?
Yep.
I learned that my boyfriend snores so loudly that it sounds like I'm running industrial machinery in my apartment at night. The neighbors actually called the cops. But that's okay. That's okay. I was glad that they came out because I too wanted to complain about the noise. Oh. You know how some women go after the bad boy? They want that dangerous guy, right? You know what's dangerous about mine? His gas. You laugh, it could be weaponized. He violates the Geneva Convention every time he eats sauerkraut. It's unreal. But I didn't go after the dangerous guy. Oh no, I went after a musician. And not like a guitarist or a drummer. Oh no. I went after the bagpiper. Oh, you haven't lived until you have heard Careless Whisper on the bagpipes outside your bedroom window at 4 o'clock in the morning. That is romance. They say every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. I went after the guy in the skirt. So, I mean, out in the working world. Has anybody else ever hated their job? Yes, right? It sucks. I sympathize. I once had a job that I hated so much that I became physically aroused at the thought of quitting. I had to tell people I was cold. It was awkward. Normal women are, double-clicking their mouse to Channing Tatum. I'm over here jilling off while typing a letter of resignation with one hand. Gentlemen, are you familiar with the concept of the spank bank? You see something hot and you kind of mentally file it away for later personal use. Yeah, all right, Foster knows. Well, you know what? It's 2016. I consider myself to be progressive, and I feel that if you men can have a spank bank, then by golly, we women can have a Jill Till. Right? Oh my goodness. So, do we have any big churchgoers in the room? She said after making not one but 2 masturbation jokes. Anybody go to church? Dawn, you go to church, right?
Yeah, I work for a church.
You work for a church. You go every
and
week,
I'm here.
right? You go every week, right?
Yes.
I respect that. I respect all the people that go, they're very devoted. They go out to church every week. I am not a big church goer. Shocker. And it's because I was raised Catholic. And if you're fortunate enough to not know, the average Catholic Mass is anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour long. I grew up in that church. What kid that you know wants to sit through that? And they use this really strong smelling incense for some things, and it's okay if they don't use a lot of it, but our priest was trying to hotbox us with the stuff. Is that weird? And I'm pretty sure there was a typo in the priest's Bible because he kept referring to the gentleman on the cross as Jesus. Yeah, see? You're supposed to be taking it seriously, and he's talking about Jesus. Come on. Father's Day was this past Sunday. We've got some dads in the room, right?
Yeah.
Give the dads a hand. Dads are important. They play a very important role in the lives of their children, you know, other than giving 50% of the DNA. You know, especially in the lives of their daughters. But there are certain things that fathers should never, ever attempt to teach their daughters. My father tried to teach me how to play golf. And his sage advice contained such gems as, hit the ball straight. Oh, really? That's what we're doing? Oh, thanks, Dad. I had no idea. The fact that neither of us bludgeoned the other with a 9-iron is probably a small miracle in itself. Anybody have kids? Multiple kids?
Yeah.
Do they? How old?
My kids?
Yeah.
25, 28, and 30.
They still fight, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to tell you that that's gonna stop, but well, that would be a lie. My mom and my aunt are AARP members, and they still fight. Christmas dinner every year starts in September with an argument over who is going to make what pie. Your aunt won't let me make the lemon meringue. Well, gee, Mom, maybe because the last time you tried to make a lemon meringue pie, you forgot to peel the lemons. Would you calm down? It's not a competition, you know? It's a holiday dinner, not Iron Chef. Jesus Christ. My mom doesn't really talk like that. That's just how I've internalized her. And she's come up probably because she can't stand the equatorial heat of Florida in the summer. And I'm sorry, no, it's Florida. 2 syllables. Florida. And she's a retired nurse. I know, a nurse in Florida. It's like being a receptionist in God's waiting room. Makes her a terrible hospital patient. She was in the hospital a couple months ago, and everyone who came into her room got told how to do their job. Well, that's not how we did it in my day. But they were very nice, and they were very patient with her until she tried to give herself the enema. The ICU was never quite the same after that, folks, let me tell you. But she's up, and it's summer, and I like the summer. Do anybody else like the summer? Come on.
Yeah.
I enjoy going to the beach, but let me tell you, going to the beach with my mother is a treat. She insists on carrying these chairs, and by carrying them, I mean bringing them, because I'm the one who gets guilted into carrying them. Oh, won't you carry these for your old mother? And we finally get to the beach, and she hems and haws for like 20 minutes over finding the perfect spot. I'm carrying chairs, it's hot, I'm sweating at this point, and she finally picks a spot just before I'm ready to use the remaining strength of my arm to beat her with the chairs that I have been guilted into carrying. And, you know, then God help me, I have to put the chairs down at an exact angle to the sun. Mom, it's 92 million miles away. I don't think that half-degree turn is going to make a bit of difference. I'm just saying. And then, Lord help the person who sets up within a 10-foot radius of the spot my mother has chosen. Of course, you gotta set up right there. Miles of empty beach, they gotta go right there. Mom, it's a public beach, leave them alone. Leave them alone, they ought to leave me alone, they're encroaching. Honest to God, she's like a beach-going dictator, kind of goose-stepping her way across the dunes. You know, I am not goose-stepping, I'm walking like this because it keeps the sand out of my Crocs. Whatever, Mom. Just don't try to mark your territory again, okay? I don't need to bail you out of jail. Oh, what? I don't see what the big deal is. Urine is a sterile liquid. Folks, thank you so much for laughing with me tonight. Once again, my name is Liz.